Hey guys, I'm back. We're gonna go ahead and I know I started off yesterday's, was it yesterday's video? Shit, it's all a blur. But yeah, well, we kind of looked at the affidavit, Brian Koberger, but nope, this time we're gonna pull cards. Okay, we're gonna inquire of the tarot and the spirit, some questions. I'm gonna do the best of my ability to answer. I know some of you guys are new to my channel. I am Ellen. I've been a tarot reader for over 20 years. And I know some of you kind of wonder, when I make that statement, let me explain it. Because I know I did have to, as I'm kind of dropping knowledge on TikTok. Some people may have found me from TikTok because I took on Ashley as gold and stuff with a little attitude. I'm not going to say I'm going to come in there and stuff. But, just some credentials. Before I even did any paid reads, I spent a long time before I ever did that. Okay. It was, about studying the art, but I was also working on myself, my path. And I've kind of talked to you guys a little bit. I also, I've been studying. I'm still with my teach. He's still in there. Matter of fact, I sent him a bunch of videos bitching about my life just last night. But I've been with him since about 2005. Okay, so he's still there. He's still there. I'm not going to say he taught me tarot, but he taught me awareness. Okay, he taught me how to see. I come from a little bit of that old school Carlos Castaneda Toltec stuff. Okay, but he did teach me awareness and everything, but no, he didn't sit there and go, let me show. Matter of fact, he even said I could talk about him all day, but just he actually shied away from tarot cards in his youth. He kind of talked about we've been having some discussions in a much smaller area, an area I mentor. He kind of comes in there and kind of hangs out, but he lets me be the in charge. He's already coached me what certain things to do. It's a long story. I could talk all kinds of hours one day about my experiences with meeting him, and he's a mystery, and my tribe, and there are people over time. I've had great mentors. Della Van Heist, she's got all kinds of books on Amazon. My friend Vicky, who just passed last year. It's still a wee bit less than a year. She was very spiritual, awesome. They're all in this kind of shaman energy. Okay. So anyway, that's, just a little bit of my creds. But I actually did work with somebody. Like I said, it's about expanding awareness, knowledge, all kinds of stuff. It's the warrior path. But yeah, of course, in the meantime, Lord, divination, tarot. And it's when I met my catalyst that shifted everything for me. And this is way back. This is before 9/11. Okay, when I met that one. Okay, this is because I remember we had just met right before, somewhere in there. So it had to be, I guess, the year 2000 or somewhere. That's where it all changed, But I was walking that kind of Christian kind of path, whatever I thought I wanted. And here he came and it changed everything. There's a whole story to that. But I never looked at an astrology chart. He showed me my first chart. And I was absolutely fascinated. And then certain things kind of learning, abilities. I had experiences before. I was definitely, I was fascinated, but I was a little wee bit scared because they tell the Christians, tell people, always stay away from that. That's the devil and stuff. But spirit, it does, they will, that's, it changed. Okay, we changed. We're totally 180 on that shit now. We're many years later. Okay, many years later. So there was a lot of little things and experiences I went through that spirit wanted to work me over to get me to, I guess this lady now, and I was a younger one then and everything. I had little tiny toddlers, and here I am now, and they're all grown up, and I got grandkids, and this is who I am. Okay, there's a whole lot of story, but yeah, I still I feel like a lot of the trading is not 100% over with my teach. Let's put it that way. I'm not gonna say it's 100% over, but I hit a lot of milestones I needed to. That the baby bird is flying now. Let's put it that way. I'm flying now. Okay, the baby bird is flying. And just the pretty much a lot of the message goal, which we know, is to try to help others maybe, to kind of fly too. That's really what, I want to do. But of course, along the interim, learning, a pretty awesome skill. I'm not saying I'm awesome, but I'm just, having this down to see what the power of tarot, astrology and certain things can reveal. Of course, help others in ways that I hopefully can, get some answers and things. And yeah, I got the fucking wine tonight. It's been a fucking it's the weekend. Give me a break. but also, but seriously, and you know, I add some humor in there, guys. We got, if and see, I got to do that sometimes. You know, sometimes life is crazy, and I've got to do that because it is a tough ass world and stuff. And that's one thing. Sometimes the warrior path, don't be too fucking serious. You know, I'm not saying laugh at the wrong thing. There are some things we won't laugh at, but still sometimes, you know, we got to be humorous because it's the one thing. You know, spirit actually does have a sense of humor. Okay, believe it or not, spirit does have a sense of humor. But everybody's, you know, understanding, you're talking about spirit has many faces and all kinds of things. Okay. So, you know, and I know some people, you know, there was somebody who was kind of asking, you know, what kind of experience, whatever, was I certified? And this is how I say certification can be great that you do a course. That's totally cool. But certified doesn't mean shit. Okay. Just like Bruce Lee said, and I've said this, what did he say? What did he feel belts were good for? Holding your pants up. And a lot of people who are martial artists is the same thing. Okay, because what it all boils down to is how much you practice, you work, you devote your time. You know, there's let me I love Bruce Lee. Now, Bruce Lee is way a big part of my path. So is a lot of Zen. So is, as a matter of fact, you guys want to see, and this is kind of funny because I've been taking on Ashley as God. You want to see my latest Oracle deck? There is an Art of War Oracle deck. Yes, there is. It's got the Art of War book in it, and it's got sayings from the Art of War. That's my latest. That's my birthday present, which is in June. No, oh shit, it's tomorrow. Woo! Okay, so anyway, I was about to say something, and now I got lost. Hold on one second. I forgot. Oh no, let me get you the Bruce Lee quote. Let me explain to you because this is, you know, when it comes to learning, you know, ability and stuff like that. Let me give you a quote. Bruce Lee quote about 10,000 kicks. There we go. No, I hate it when Google talks. Shut up.
10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times.
Here we go.
Here's an old quote.
Oh, okay. Wait, stop. Let me say it, Google. Just give me a minute. This is what Bruce Lee said. And certain things I've applied, you know, even some of his knowledge to learning to be a reader, but also even just growing as a spiritualist. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Okay. So that's a very serious lesson. Okay, practice makes perfect, and especially when you put your focus. Like I could focus. I mean, I do got, you know, if you're wondering, some of that is my Reiki stuff, and I do have a certified medium certificate up there. I'm not, you know, gonna lie there, but tarot is my thing, and this is, you could say, and tarot is me practicing one kick 10,000 times. In many ways, okay, focusing, you know, on that one thing, you know, that I want to be as strong as possible on, okay, and so, it doesn't mean I won't do a little medium thing here or there, but I feel that there are other mediums better than me, and that's why I generally refer, you know, give that to somebody who has practiced that kick 10,000 times. I'm the tarot reader. Let them do the medium. It doesn't mean I can't talk to spirit, but I also I prefer this. This is where I shine. This is my love. Okay, I practiced this kick 10,000 times. Okay, so anyway, focusing, you know, practice makes perfect. Yes, but also, should there be a little bit of a talent in there? You know, there are those who can, but talent alone is not going to make you a great reader. You've got to practice. You've got to focus. You've got to, various ways, be expanding your awareness constantly. And it's not just even about the tarot, but just, you know, learning other things to be able, you know, like even learn, you know, studying that, you know, Carl Jung, you know, and everything, learning about my own freaking shadow. You know, there's a whole thing, a whole gamut of learning. But yeah, it's good to still have somebody who kind of break that and teach me awareness. I've also had the ability to meet some pretty awesome people, you know, magical people over, you know, over time, you know, that showed me that life is not so simple as it seems. And if some of the stories you would never believe, you know, like, you know, somebody going through, their teacher pushed them through a fucking wall. And I know you're going to say, how, that nobody could do that. In my world, believe, I sat there. Okay, this is I know you're not going to believe this. Okay, let me tell this story. Let me fucking tell this story because I wonder if I could find it. I'll try to find the YouTube. I may get claimed if I do it, but that's okay. Hold on one second. What's the fucking? I'm gonna see if I can pull this. Hold on one second. I'm gonna tell the story because you will find this hard to believe. If I can find the scene, it'll make sense. Okay. Xanadu movie and the guy going through a wall. Okay, I'm hoping the clip. Fucking. No, it's not. I'm alive. This is going to be a hard video to find, but I would love to show it if I could possibly do it. Give me a moment. Wasn't his name Jeff Beck? Hold on. Cause see, I know I found this. It was a complete accident. I'm gonna tell the story. This is a cool story if I can do it right. Give me a moment. Xanadu movie and when Jeff Beck goes through the wall. Give me a moment. Oh no! No. Xanadu movie and when Jeff Beck goes through the wall. This is it. Okay, I was like, maybe Spirit doesn't want me to tell this story because it's too much. Okay, but no, it's here. I may get claimed. It's okay. I don't care. You need to hear the story. So this is years ago. This is many years ago. The kids were, but I came across this other person. They were on the path, kind of warrior kind of thing. Okay, so but there had been they had been a martial artist. And there was, and I know how these teachers can be, those magical teachers. Okay, I have one. He had one a long time ago, yet kind of not. He wanted the guy to be his teacher, and he really wanted to learn from him because this guy could teach power. But this teach shunned him. Okay, this is a long freaking story. I'm gonna try to make it short. He wanted, he always wanted to learn from this person. He knew he was powerful. And so, to the point that, there was a whole, there's a whole thing. I'm going to try to be careful because I don't want these fuckers ever finding me. They were powerful. But it was somewhere, like in Florida, there was like a, little, like a karate studio or one of them. I can't remember. Or maybe it was Kung Fu. But anyway, so we were, I was fasting, on the martial arts, Bruce Lee. I was on the Toltec path. And the teacher was part of this Castaneda stuff. It was all integrated with a lot of little magic and ceremony, magician, and all kinds of other shit in it. Okay, this dude, okay, he was one of those. Okay, you don't mess with people like this. Okay, but anyway, some things kind of went kind of funky wrong. There was a little bit of falling out. And this guy also had a right hand. Okay, so you got this very powerful teacher, and you got this right hand. And there were some things he wanted to know. He was always left in the in the mind that, how did he put me through a wall? Okay, I know. So I don't know. I was a daring motherfucker back then, and I would not probably do this now. But I was all this. I thought I was a badass. So the right hand. This is way back in the MySpace days. He had a MySpace. So I'm like, okay. These people did not want anything to do with him. They didn't like him, but he had to know. He had to know how the fuck he went through a wall. So I'm like, and I'm fucking, I had balls of steel back then, and I would never fucking do this again. It was fucking, I really put myself at risk, because if I would have pissed these people off, they could have fucking destroyed me. I'm going to go talk to the right hand. I'm just going to kind of wedge in. So I sent him a little message, and I sent some kind of cool kind of thing, some kind of quote, about something, which I spoke kind of basically, you could say the Toltec language, the Castaneda, that it got his attention. Okay, and he kind of responded back, and we started to talk. We started to have a conversation, and we started, and he knew I knew him. He knew I knew the other guy. So anyway, but he was the guard. Nobody goes near his teacher. You go through him, and that's it, right? But he realized. I think he liked me, whatever reason, but I knew I was dealing with powerful people. If I made a wrong move, they could fucking destroy me if they didn't like me, okay? I could tell. This is serious shit, but I really want to help this dude. For whatever reason, I felt called. Long story, let me make it short. Okay, this, you don't understand. These people were very powerful magically. But I wanted to help him, whatever reason, but I also still felt for my own predilection that there was something to learn. So, but the guy, he wanted to have a phone call. He wanted to have a phone call. And one day he was calling, and I didn't answer, and he messaged me, and he was kind of pissed off at me. And I said, hey, I'm working 2 jobs. I'm real sorry. That's the reason why I couldn't get the call. And then he's like, oh, I didn't know. And he was very respectful. He's like, I'm a single mother working 2 jobs. I'm really sorry. I work about 70 hours a week. But we got that call. I get that call and all kinds of shit and everything. So we had that conversation, and I could not believe it. You got to remember, this is the right hand, and his teach. He doesn't let anybody fucking talk to this man. Okay, but he put him on the phone, and so it's like, you got to understand, this is a very magical, these people are magical, and I'm talking to somebody who is extremely powerful, okay? And he was actually really cool, and he was like, yeah, and they were just kind of fascinated with me, whatever, which like I said, I'm just, I'm coming in strong, but they, they like me, and I remember he said, I wish there was more people like you under in Florida, okay? So, but this guy was powerful. But he made a comment about at the very end of the conversation. The phone call was cut. It's a long freaking story. But we talked about all kinds of things, and he did tell me the story about the guy. There was a kind of a moment. Okay, this is a kung fu thing. I said, I don't even know if I should tell this story, but you don't know who I'm talking about, so I think it's okay. And stuff. But one of the reasons he really wanted to learn from this guy is his teacher was like, hit me. And he kept trying, and he kept trying, and he kept trying. This is a magical man, and he could not strike him. And then he would just maybe smack him. He could not hit him. Even though, he's trained in martial arts. And the best way to put it was he shifting without moving. He could not land a blow. Okay, this guy was that powerful. Okay, and somewhere in there he puts him through a wall. But we have a big conversation. So anyway, right before the call ends, but he swore I didn't put him through a wall, and I'm like, okay, but there was something he said. Let me get that. Hold on one second. Give me a moment. What is the name of the muse in Xanadu? Hold on a minute. Hold on. I got to get her name. Hold on a minute. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Hold on. I know you're going to think Xanadu. This is weird, right? It's a magical world. Just watch me do my thing. What is her freaking name in it? Give me a moment. Because it's real important. Real important. Oh my God. Okay. Let me do it this way. What is the name of Olivia Newton-John in Xanadu? Damn it. Give me a moment. Terpsichore. Terpsichore. Olivia Newton-John's name in Xanadu is Terpsichore. And I don't know what it was, but at the very end of the conversation, this guy, he's a powerful dude. I'm telling you guys, a tale of power. He said something about, that I don't know if he really liked Terpsichore or what. Something. He was talking about muse. We were talking about different little spiritual things. But right before, he said this, and then, now the reason why it cut is not necessarily a magical thing. My son wanted to talk to me, but I'm like, leave me alone, I'm on the phone. Okay, I'm a mother, right? But right before the end of the movie, the end of the conversation, he just started talking about Terpsichore. There was something there, and then the conversation cut. Now, this is all a mystery how this all goes down. Okay, but he said, no, I never put him through a wall. I never did anything like that. He's fucking crazy, right? Okay. So anyway, my son had shut the power so I'd get off the phone. So it wasn't necessarily magical, but it was meant to shut down right at that moment. So for whatever reason, I am not even focused on the issue. But I was at home, and I wanted to see Xanadu. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those weird fucking things maybe Spirit put in my mind. It's just a weird thing. For one thing, that I noticed in the movie that the name of Olivia Newton-John is Terpsichore. She is the name of that muse. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I need to pay attention to this movie. Let me watch this. I've seen it 1,000,000 times. Did he do this on purpose, or was it an accident, or was it the spirit? Now, the whole thing, I'm probably going to get claimed, but I don't care. You got to see it. They were telling me that this teacher never put him through a wall. I mean, actually, let me get it on the iPad. It'll be cooler. They were trying to tell me that. They were trying to fuck with me. Now, he had always, and you got to understand, the guy had always wanted to at least have a conversation with him on the phone. The right hand hated him and would not let him. He wanted to at least have a conversation. Now, I'm not saying he gave him any secrets or mystery or became his teacher, but just watch. This is a cool-ass story. So I'm sitting there and I'm paying attention. I'm like, Terpsichore, this teacher, this guy, he's, like I said, he's a person of power. You don't want to mess with these people. But at the same time, for whatever reason, I'm going in, I'm doing this whole thing. And so I'm like, Terpsichore, he says something. He just happened to say it. I'm not saying he wanted to see me figure it out. It just was a weird ass thing. And then but I'm like, watch the movie. That's her name in it. There's some reason I'm watching. I meant to see this movie. Here's a scene in the movie. Watch. This is fucking blew my mind.
55, designed for women ages 55 plus.
This is in Xanadu. Okay, we'll speed it up. It'll take too long. Kick-ass soundtrack, though. Watch. We speed it up. They tried to fucking with me! They were messing with me! But Spirit... It's okay. I'll see. If I get a copyright, I'll shut it down. Alright. But if I only get claimed, I'm cool. Here we go. Terpsichore. So, if I get a copyright shit, I'll never be able to play it. But if it's a claim, I'm okay. We'll see. We'll see if I can get away with it. So I talked to the right hand, and I said, he went through a wall. He put him through a wall. And I showed him that. I said, you're messing with me, man. He was a little mad at me. But I said, Spirit's telling me he put him through a wall. You're messing with me, man. He got his phone call. He was able, the teacher said, all right, fucking talk to him. And it wasn't fucking easy to make that conversation. That phone call happened, but they did talk to him. No, he didn't take him on as a teach, but we made it happen. Blew my fucking mind. The people I have known, the stories I have, the tales of power. Spirit has a way of telling things. The teach had said that. And then it's just, here comes Spirit. Let me show you. There it was. It's an interesting world. It's an interesting world. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and do this. You know what? Let's make this a spirit talk. I'm going to save the reading because I didn't expect to go to this level. That's a little bit of my creds, though. I've had an interesting life. I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. This is another part that I want to. I'm going to still do the read. I'm going to put this out there as a spirit talk. Then I'm going to do the read. I want to just talk about, I've had an interesting life in a magical world. We'll see. If Spirit doesn't want me to tell that tale, YouTube will let me know. It's cool. But if it's meant to go out there, it's meant to go out there. I'm going to go ahead and talk about something else. I want to go ahead and say something that somebody did mention on TikTok. I've got some, TikToks taken on Ashley as God. Not only, and it's not just about, showing a fraud, but also to show that psychic ability is real. Tarot cards are not a bunch of bullshit. Okay, that, and there was, there's a few snips that I do have videos, evidence. For instance, I do have a TikTok talking about 412, 412 xanacronodal. Okay, to show evidence that psychic ability is real. Okay, and not all of us are assholes. Okay, I needed to get that out there because Spirit wanted that out there. That is important, very important, or people will not get help. for other things. Maybe it's even just something in their life or serious things like this. Now, as we kind of put certain things out there, you know, as readers and everything, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to say this to all of YouTube. I'm going to say this to every freaking reader out there. And I'm not trying to get on a high horse here at all. As a matter of fact, I'm sure there are readers out there that are way better than me on YouTube. Okay, I will put it out there. But somebody made a comment. I'm not gonna name names. As a matter of fact, they're probably not the only one on YouTube who did it, but a lot of us read the University of Idaho murders and have read other cases and so on and so on and so on. And I throw in politics and all kinds of things I will look at and stuff. But this is the thing that I felt Spirit wants to say. Per that person's comment, they are not wrong. Okay? But let's go ahead. We'll just talk about the University of Idaho murders at the moment, but other cases in past. You know, there are things we want to get out there as readers. We're definitely trying to get the truth out in some way, give messages or whatever. But everybody has a fucking ego to always contend with and always face, and we got to be careful not to let that son of a bitch get in the way. Okay? You know, somebody's not wrong that there are those, okay, who, after killer is revealed, okay, you know, maybe pointing out their hits, but they're hoping that their subs forget their misses and hope they have a very bad memory. Okay, that's not cool. If you are a reader out there, that's not cool to play your subs for a fool. Okay, you're not going to learn as a reader, you know, to get better. If you are making a hardcore claim, I was right who he was, hoping they don't remember that you were wrong on this, and this, and play them for a fool and claim you knew exactly who the killer was and stuff like that, right? Don't do that, readers on YouTube. Okay? And like I said, I'm not trying to take the high horse, but the person who made the comment is correct. That is not cool. You also got to sit there and be honest with your subs where I got something, where maybe I wasn't right. For example, as I analyze, because one of the things I'm trying to grow as a person, grow in awareness for my own personal reasons. Like I said, I told you when I kicked the bucket, right? Okay, but also if I want to improve, because certainly, yes, I would, you know, and it's not about being famous, and it's not about all that, it's about fucking helping. Okay, I don't give a shit about that. If anything, I don't want more clients. As a matter of fact, I want to step back a little bit, 2023 on. There's some other things. I'm not going to say I'm going to quit being a personal reader or any of that. I just want to step back and put my energies into other things. I don't care about getting a plaque on YouTube or 100,000 or 1 million subs. I don't want to be famous. I'm tired already, guys. I'm already exhausted. As a matter of fact, the sad little videos I sent to my teach showing my face and my exhaustion, I physically can't handle, you know, too much. Okay, I definitely know my limitations. I'm a Capricorn. I'm ruled by Saturn. Okay, that shit don't mean anything to me. As a matter of fact, I would rather stay in the safe zone than go into the danger zone, get a big fucking high head and everything. I don't want to turn into what Sylvia Brown did in the end. You know, God rest her soul, but towards the end when she got on Montel, things went south. She was a good reader a long time ago. Okay, so, you know, there's some big tests. We're always constantly tested. But then it's like, no, I don't want to be that. It's okay. I'm totally cool. Just let me live my life with my 4 cats. Let me work out my problems with my daughter. And let me enjoy life, feed my face, pay my bills. I don't need all the drama. But as a reader, don't play people for a fool. And act like I was right about all this, and not acknowledge your misses. Okay? Because that's fucked up to play your people for a fool. I know I'm being a bitch right now. I will not fucking do that to you guys. Okay? Like I said, am I taking the high road? Kinda. Okay? Because somebody needs to fucking say it. Like, for instance, if you go look at when Gabby Petito, I, like many others, thought the motherfucker was on the run. I will acknowledge that. I didn't delete my videos trying to hide and hope my subs, you know, are born yesterday and forget. Okay? Was I right on some things? The way she was murdered, certain things, maybe some of the MO with the fucking snapping, but I, like others, thought he was on the run too. I have readers with less experience who said he killed himself in my group. Okay, and they were right. Okay, we are not perfect. Acknowledge your misses. Do not play your subs for a fool. Do not make claims to fame that you were right all along about this dude if you weren't. If you were saying, well, the killer works there and the killer does this and that. Okay, don't play your subs for a fucking fool. You missed. And it's okay. You're not perfect. And I'm not perfect either. Okay, it's okay. But when you hope that others forget and claim that you were right all along, that is fucked up to do. Okay? That is fucked up, and that's why people won't believe in us. Okay? They won't believe in us. Acknowledge your misses. Like I said, I leave my shit up. Now, even, where could I have done better? I could have handled Jeremy's situation better. We were fleshing it out, trying to figure it out. Now, I got to the innocent part, but I could have handled myself better. In other words, yes, I want to figure out who the fuck did it, just like you, just like everybody else, because this is a fucked up case. However, I could have done just a wee bit better and been a little bit more tactful. That's my lesson. I tried to own up to that. I pulled back the shit, not to hide, but I don't want people taking it wrong when they're in the middle of that thing. I have to. But I also owned up and tried to speak to him directly. Hey, I'm not trying to be that bitch, but I'm trying to figure out who's going on. But Spirit all along was saying you're innocent. It took me a moment to get there. I'm old. I'm slow. I'm doing my best. I am sorry. Okay? But we figured it out. I believe in you. Okay? I can never bet my life on it you were the guy. I owned that. Now, when I go to Hoodie, I said keep an eye on. I will be 100% honest with you. I could not let him go, but somebody asked me, can you Darlie Rudier it? Which is, I 100% believe that Darlie Rudier is innocent, and I will bet my life on it. I couldn't do it with Hoodie. I didn't take him off the table, but I could not Darlie Rudier it. Okay, the little bits of clues I do want to show. Yes, this is part of my thing. Not only that I am learning as a reader where I'm right so I can improve. I got some pretty awesome hits. 27 at the time of the murder, 412, the last moment maybe that there's any sign of life. Okay, but I'm not gonna sit there and go, oh, I got the name Ryan when I fucking did it. I gotta write it on my keypad and hope you thought you saw it. I'm not gonna fuck with my subs like that. Okay, this is where I was, because this is part of my predilection. This is where, I'm learning and stuff as a reader and growing. I'm not a perfect person. Okay, but do not fucking lie or do not play your fucking subs like that. I was right all along, and think and hope they don't have a good memory. That's not fucking cool as a reader, because people are not going to believe in us if you make that claim to fame. And I know I'm being angry and I'm being rude, but we got a fucking bitch over there on TikTok who's making us all look like fuckers. So if you're not honest and you're not real with your people, you leave your shit. You're deleting all your shit where you said a bunch of dumb shit. I know you are. The only thing I pulled back was Jeremy, only because I don't want people thinking he's guilty. When we were trying to flesh him out, that is different. But you can see my Brian Petito miss. I will leave that up, or not, I'm sorry, Brian, Laundrie, sorry. I'll leave the miss up there. Totally, I'm going to acknowledge, I'm going to be exposed, I'm going to be real with you guys, and I'm going to give you everything I got when I sit down here for an hour with my tarot to try to get you the truth. But don't fucking sit there and act like your people are fucking stupid. I fucking hate it when you do that. You make us look bad, like we're scandalous. Don't fucking lie to them. Don't play them stupid. Be real. Be honest. Oh my God, it fucking makes me mad. Yes. I did not spend 20 fucking years trying to learn this, to sit there and lie to people. I'm trying to give you the truth, but I will acknowledge if I am in error, but I'm going to point out the areas where I'm right. And I'm doing my fucking best. I will not be that reader with you guys. I'm not going to play you for a fool. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I am owning it. Okay? I will fucking do that. Because, you deserve better. The students deserve better. The families deserve better. And people aren't going to believe in us. They're going to think tarot is bullshit. Psychics are bullshit. Because remember that video, the very first Ashley is God? I show you that woman that a psychic led her to her daughter's body. That is always the goal. But don't make claims to fame. Do not. Okay? When you were wrong and hope everybody forgets. That's not cool. Don't play them for a fool. On this channel, I will not do that to you. I promise you. I was going to do the read on this. I'm going to turn this into a spirit talk. Give me a moment to compose myself, have a sip of glass of wine, and we're going to get to that read to see if we can figure out some things. Just want to give a little bit of my creds, and then I want to give that message. Have a good one, folks.